Well, this is our first time in London publicizing the show, but the fact is that, first of all, the United States has a very special relationship with Great Britain. We're great allies, and sometimes we don't recognize that enough, and we should. But we also, actually, Britain is one of our largest groups of attendees and our largest source of international companies. Over 1,000 Brits come over to Las Vegas every January, and they see the latest, greatest technology and innovation. We want more because we want to expand on the relationship both ways. We're also here for Entrepreneur Week. We're heading a delegation of actually technology executives, which are meeting around London this week. So it's a very important and valuable and precious two-way relationship.
You can't go anywhere in either of our countries without reading gloomy stuff about the economy. You know, it's all bad, there's unemployment's on the rise, growth is practically flatlining wherever we go. What's your message from the tech sector? Is it more optimistic than that?
That's why we're so important. You know, both our leaders, political leaders, face challenges, and then what they're trying to do is deal with tough financial circumstances. And when you're in these tough circumstances, you have three choices. You can raise taxes, you can cut spending, and or you can grow. Now, growth comes from innovation. Innovation is who we are. Innovation is a jobs creator, and it is a growth creator. By creating growth, you're creating additional tax revenue, you're employing people, they're not on the public dole. So innovation is a very, very good thing. Now, sometimes it causes dislocations. You know, the horse and buggy manufacturers were dislocated by the car, and certainly travel agents and others were dislocated by the internet. But the fact is that innovation is a very good thing, and we are innovation.
Tell me about it from the other point of view, though. We need, or you need, I guess, from your industry, consumers to buy affordable stuff. Now, if our disposable income is going down, can anyone afford the wonderful things that's going to be on display in January?
Well, the amazing thing is that despite the fact that disposable income is being challenged all over the world, our sales are up. And the reason they're up is because there's innovation, they're solving problems, they're enhancing lives, and the fact is that for any one of our products, their price is going down every year while the quality is improving. So the value equation is such that for a very tiny cost per hour of use, you can enjoy any one of our products. And you may not be able to afford to be the first one to buy one in your area, but certainly if the product's been out a year or two, you could buy it at a very reasonable cost. And then you may cut back in another area. You may travel less. You may spend less on expensive clothing or something, but our products, innovation and technology is something that everyone wants, and it's also a great equalizer. Some of the poorest people in society now are having access to riches of entertainment and education that the wealthiest couldn't even access a dozen years ago.
You still call it the Consumer Electronics Show, but in truth it's more than that, isn't it? I mean, aren't businesses and business-to-business transactions and ways of working and thinking going on and relevant to this show as well?
Well, we call it the International CES, and what it is it's everything that folds into innovation. And we not only attract the consumer electronics companies, we attract every type of business that's touched, whether it's the automobile industry, you have 6 of the 10 largest car companies exhibiting, to broadcast, cable, Hollywood is there in big force, and also corporations, largest corporations, the CTO, the CEOs from around the world are coming because they want to see the future. They know that the trends in our industry will affect them. How they reach their customers, how they deal with their customers, and where trends are going in technology and society. So we have positioned the show as an exclusive but large venue for thought leaders and leaders in society, the CEO, CTO, and CIO level, to converge in one place at one time and get business done.
Would you agree with me that I've observed over the handful of years I've been coming to CES that the actual from innovation to prototype to marketplace timeline seems to be getting tighter and tighter? Time was you saw stuff at CES, it still wasn't really in the market the next autumn, next fall. It's getting shorter, that development phase, isn't it?
Development phase is scarily fast. And we've been having these discussions with our governments, actually, is that while government procurement is relatively slow, innovation comes much quicker. So especially in the software area, where it used to be that you'd had a 2-year procurement or a 2-year plan, now it's a matter of months before things change. Speeds get faster, competitive products come in, there's all sorts of consumers demand things, and if you just look back at the last year in the history of change in technology, it's been amazing. Companies have come and gone, they've launched products, they've stopped them, new versions have come along. The competition is intense, And who wins is the consumer and society, because it really has people going to the top. And it's not only the paranoid that survive, it's the flexible that survive as well.
But the consumer can be confused with all that, because I guess they don't know, shall I buy that today or 2 weeks' time? So it might be cheaper or better.
Well, the truth is that the consumers are confused, or sometimes the older consumers like me. But for younger consumers who always want the latest, best thing, they know what's out there, they're very, which are the cool websites, which are the cool applications, they're out there very quickly going after these things, and they're learning about them, and they're sharing the information with their friends, and they're buying them. So that makes sense. And the products are an investment, and they do go out of style, but you can resell them, and you can buy the next one for not that much money.
Now, what are the big themes you're expecting in January then? A couple of years ago, it was all 3D television. That had waned a little bit this year, 2011. What's 2012 going to herald? Well,
certainly in the last couple of years, 3D and the connected television were very big. We're looking at wireless communications of any type, wireless access to everything. That small screen, which has grown to a little larger screen with the tablets, is going to be very, very big. And it's literally thousands of apps, businesses being created, making your life better, opportunity for entrepreneurs. We are living in an unprecedented time where anyone with an internet connection can basically start a business, come up with a great idea, and there is a demand for these businesses that are out there. So we are living at a wonderful time, and the CES is the idea factory for these new businesses, and that's what we want to come there. It's 80% of our exhibitors are small businesses, and certainly the great bulk of our attendees are people, entrepreneurs looking to invest, to buy. The 5,000 journalists that come want to write about these things. So it's an exciting opportunity, and it always starts the year with a great note of optimism.